Come to your knees. Those of you, I think there might just be Helen today, those of you that have got blocks or a block, have them either end of your mat. And today, instead of doing our usual prayers and breaths, I thought we'd start in child's pose. So come to the base of your mat, bringing your big toes together. And then up to you. Some of you I know find it a bit more comfortable with your knees together. It's more, for a lot of us, it's more comfortable and relaxing with the knees wide apart. So big toes together, knees wide apart. And then begin walking the arms and hands forward. And then you're reaching your forehead and you're as if you're trying to reach your chest towards the ground. All the while trying to keep your bottom on the heels or towards the heels. And then we'll take the opening breaths here. So just coming into the session. So take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. And again in through your nose. Out through your mouth. One last time, in through your nose. See if you can melt the head and the chest down. Exhale again out through your mouth. Just walk the hands in ever so slightly, so just an inch or two, and then walk the hands over to the left. So if you can, it's like it's an extension of your left knee, and then trying to bring your chest up on your torso towards the left leg. For most of us, heads won't reach the ground quite here, especially as we're warming up. So just kind of keep the arms fairly relaxed and inhale. Begin bringing the inhales and the exhales in and out through your nose. And then again, just walk the hands in ever so slightly and then walk them all the way over to the right. And then again, as if they're an extension of your right leg, so heading in that direction. And again, seeing if you can just move the chest and the head towards the ground, not forcing. Using this opportunity, this posture, just to start tuning into your body. Reminder to not push too much, too hard. Push a little bit, but just really listen to the body and any things that are going on and where the stretches feel good and where they just want to not be quite so deep today. And then again, walking back to the center and then walk your hands towards you. So you can separate your knees slightly. I just come off, sorry, I can see my knees are camouflaged with my mat again. And we'll turn the hands towards us if you've got anything going on with your wrist, just have the fingers pointing forward. Otherwise, you've got your palms facing down and the fingers are pointing towards you. And just begin making slight movements in the hips, side to side, around to round, just slight circles with the hips. Really gingerly do this though. It's a stretch down the inner forearm and your wrists. So just gently feeling into those areas, changing directions. And then slowly come up. Bring the knees together or close together. Hands are on the shoulders. And we'll just take some circles with the elbows. So as if you're trying to make circles with the elbows, you can bring those forward and back. Just go as large or as small as feels best for you. And then change direction, so backwards if you were going forwards. And then come on to all fours. Usual check, so check that you've got your wrists under your shoulders and then those fingers on both hands are spread well. And the knees are under the hips. Cores engaged, gaze is down on the floor, and we'll just take some hip circles here. So taking the hips over to the right and then moving them back towards the feet, over to the left, and then forward so that your shoulders come slightly ahead of the wrists, and then round again to the right. Make these as large or as small as you want to. So just bringing quite organic movement here. So maybe you want to go side to side rather than round in circles, and then change direction, so taking it in the sort of anti-clockwise. and then come back to center. Just check again, wrists are still under the shoulders, fingers are spread. So spreading the fingers protects the wrists. So just really have a look down at those hands. And then we'll take some cat-cow. So as you inhale, dip your tummy towards the floor, head looks up towards the ceiling and the bottom's pushing up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, curve the back, chin to chest, bottom tucks under, into cat. Inhale into cow, dip the tummy towards the ground, head looks up, bottom pushing up towards the ceiling. Exhale into cat, back arches up towards the ceiling, bottom tucks under, chin to chest. And now just try and move with your breath on the inhales. You're coming into cow. Take these as slow, or as you want to speed up a bit as you want to, moving with the breath. Exhale into cat. Just really trying to bring some movement to the spine. And then coming back to neutral. Walk the hands slightly ahead of the shoulders again, still checking that you've got those fingers spread and the hands are still shoulder distance apart. Start moving into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So begin curling the toes under, engage your core to lift the bottom up towards the ceiling. So you're in that inverted V, downward facing dog. Knees can be bent here as you really push up, pushing the hips and the bottom up towards the ceiling. And as if you're trying to push your chest towards a thigh. If you want to, again, you can bend one knee at a time, straighten the other leg. Just taking different, it's almost like you're walking, it's called walking your dog. So you bend one knee at a time, straighten the other leg, change the bend to the other leg, so alternating. And then with the knees bent again, walk the feet up towards the hands. Coming into your forward fold, Uttanasana at the top of your mat. Bringing the weight slightly, ever so slightly into the front of the feet. And then slowly rolling up on the next inhale. Take a shoulder roll here at the top. And then have the feet hip distance apart. Interlace your hands and reach those up towards the ceiling. So begin grounding down through your feet. Just check that you're not locking out the knees, so you've got nice firm legs. And inhale up towards the ceiling and then over to the right. Bringing that left shoulder back slightly, so you're not bringing it towards the ground, but instead keeping it open. And those inhales and exhales, keep your focus on the breath. Really lengthening, as if you're trying to lift the waist out of the hips, as well as creating that bend over to the right. And then inhale up to center. And exhale over to the left. Again, peeling that top shoulder back a little, so your right shoulder just comes back. Again, as if you're really trying to create length and extending out of your waist. Tuning into your breath. And on the next inhale, come back to center. Keep your hands where they are. Again, inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, take the hands slightly back. So push your hips ever so slightly forward. Taking a slight back bend. And if it's comfortable, looking up towards the ceiling. And then release. Okay, just shake the hands. So we'll do some sun salutations. Longest day last Sunday, wasn't it? 21st. So I thought we should do, it was time. So we'll take the first round quite slowly so you can really tune into your body. If this is too much, stop and take one or two poses that feel good. So we'll do one slow round and then do one or two rounds fairly fast. So have your feet hip distance apart or together, rounding down. Just have the arms by your side and start, and then take a breath here. And then we'll reach the arms up, the palms are facing forward. Up to you whether you want to take a slight back bend. And as you exhale, either with the knees bent or straight, forward fold into Uttanasana. Plant the hands either side of your feet, so knees can be bent as much as needed. And then step the right foot all the way back. So coming into a low lunge to begin with. Then you lower the right knee and curl the right toes. The left knee will be ahead of the left ankle. And here you're trying to reach your chest through, lower your hips, the pelvis, look forward, trying to create length in your back. And then plant your hands. Take the left knee back, so you can either stay here in all fours or you're stepping back into plank. So again, check those fingers are spread, pushing away from the ground. And then here, everybody, knees, bringing the knees, chin and chest to the ground. Hook the elbows in as they point backwards. And then inhale, slide the chest through your hands, coming into Cobra, Bhujangasana. So legs come down, raise the head and chest. And then on the exhale, curl the toes under, begin pushing the bottom back towards your feet. And either come into child's pose or all fours, or push up into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Again, knees can be bent, or begin straightening them. And then stepping the right foot to the front of the mat. So you can either step as many steps as you need, or in one step to the front of the mat, or other option as well. So you're stepping the right foot forward, you can take the right hand to the same side hand behind the right calf and bring the right foot forward. Release the left knee down and curl the left toes. Again, reaching the chest through, gliding the shoulder blades down the back. Trying to release the pelvis towards the ground. Left toes are uncurled. And then curl the left toes under, and as many steps as you need to bring that left foot to the front of the mat. Into a forward fold Uttanasana. On the next inhale, reach the arms up, extending up towards the ceiling, praising the sun, palms are facing forward. And exhale, release the arms down. That's half of a round, so we'll lead with the left side. Inhale, arms up, palms are facing forward, slight back bend if you want to. Exhale, forward fold Uttanasana, knees bent or straight. Step the left foot back into that low lunge. Take the left knee down and curl the left toes, reaching the chest through, trying to lower the pelvis down. And then plant the hands. Take the right knee back, so you can either come to all fours or step back into plank. So raising the knees off the ground. Check the fingers are spread, pushing away from the ground, cores engaged, really engage the core. And then lower the knees, chin and chest to the ground. And then inhale, slide the chest through your hands, bringing the tummy and legs down, raising the head and chest up into Cobra Bhujangasana. Elbows are hooked into the body. Exhale, pushing back onto the knees, either onto all fours or child's pose. And then up into downward facing dog. Step the left foot through, again, however many steps, or using your left hand behind the left calf. Release the right knee down, uncurl the right toes, reach the chest through into low lunge. Exhale, step the right foot to the front of the mat, both feet are at the front, into a forward fold Uttanasana. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms are facing forward, again, option for slight back bend or just reaching up. Exhale, lower the arms. So that's a full round. We've led with the right side and the left side. So if it's too much, take that really slowly or stay in one or two poses. We're going to up the pace a little and see if you can move with your breath. So feet together or hip distance apart. Inhale, arms up, palms facing forward. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, plant the hands. Inhale, step the right foot back, knee down, uncurl the toes, reach the chest through. Plant the hands, exhale into plank, child's pose, all fours. As you hold the breath or still on the exhale, lower the knees, chin and chest to the ground. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale to all fours, child's pose or downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot to the front of the mat, lower the left knee, uncurl the left toes, reach the chest through. Exhale, step the left foot forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, palms face forward. Exhale, arms down. Straight into the other side. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps back, left knee down, uncurl the left toes, reach the chest through. Exhale, plank. All into all fours, child's pose. Still on the exhale, holding the breath. Knees, chin and chest to the ground, everybody. Inhale into Cobra, Bhujangasana. Glide the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, all fours or downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the left foot to the front of the mat, right knee down, right toes uncurl, reach the chest through. Exhale, step your right foot to the front of the mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up, exhale down. One more round. Inhale, arms up, option for back bend. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot steps back, right knee down, uncurl the right toes, reach the chest through. Exhale, plank or roll fours. Holding the breath or still exhaling, knees, chin and chest to the ground. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Look up if it's comfortable. Exhale, all fours or downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the right foot to the front of your mat. Left knee down, left toes uncurled, reach the chest through. Exhale, left foot to the front of the mat, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Last half of this round, leading with the left leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left leg back, left knee down, toes uncurl, reach the chest through. Exhale, plant the hands, plank or all fours. As you still exhale or hold your breath now, knees, chin and chest to the floor. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana, looking up if it's comfortable. Exhale, plank or all, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, or all fours. Inhale, left foot to the front of the mat, right knee down, right toes uncurl, reach the chest through. Exhale, right foot to the front of the mat, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Let your feet just be hip distance or together. Bring the arms down by the side and just face the palms face forward. Inhale, trying to make those inhales and exhales slow, bringing the heart rate back down. And as I always say, that is a good, so the sun salutation, Surya Namaskara, good yoga. That's a good one. If you want to do yoga practice, say in the morning or in the evening, just doing those 7 or 10 rounds ideally is ideal, and that works into the whole of your body. So it acts as a warm-up as well as working into everything. Okay, good work. So just take a short stance, so about 2.5, 3 feet, have your feet parallel. We'll turn the right foot out 90 degrees. Left toes turn in slightly, so it's a short triangle pose, so the right heel's in line with your left arch. Trying to keep your torso on that midline, so above the hips. Reach the arms out, so palms face forward. And we'll just take a triangle Trikonasana flow. So inhale here, feel length, but grounding down through the feet. And then exhale, reach the right arm to the right leg. So it'll come, probably right arm will come around the knee or the thigh. Inhale up, gazes forward. Exhale, bring the right hand towards the right leg. If that's feeling too much, you can hold. We'll do it much slower. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand towards the right leg. Inhale up. Release the hands, turn the right foot in so your feet are parallel, and turn the left foot out 90 degrees. Right toes turn in ever so slightly. So ideally the left heel's in line with the arch of the right foot. Again, you're trying to keep your torso in the midpoint, not leaning. Reach the arms out with the palms facing forward. Inhale here, create length in your torso, and as you exhale, left hand towards the left leg. Right arm's reaching up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left. Same thing, if it's too much, just hold. Inhale back. Exhale, lower left hand towards the left leg. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Inhale up and release. Bring the feet together. We'll take tree pose at Shavasana. So a few of you asked about balance and a few others from other groups. So you can, if you prefer, have the feet hip distance apart. Ideally, you are starting with your feet together. I'm going to start raising the right leg. So there is the option to use a wall, to have a wall or a chair to your left side. So you want to have, if you're using support, to the side of your standing leg. So start rounding into the left foot. So you want to get a solid base. So feel connection and a solid through all four corners of your feet, your left foot. Then you're really starting to move the weight to that left leg. And bring your right toes to the ground, right heel just above the ground. So option here, if you're working with balance, is you could start without any support and then build up and just tune into your body. So ideally you want to fix gaze ahead of you, or you could have it on the floor but ahead of you, not directly below. You want it sort of 2.5, 3, even 4 feet ahead. Bringing then the right foot to the left calf. Again, using that option to hold the wall to the left so that you're not leaning. Just be mindful you're not leaning to that support if you are using it. Trying to keep your torso above your pelvis in your centre line. And then option to bring that right foot to the top of your left leg. And moving that right leg out to the side. And then really try and hone in on the breath. So if you can start tuning into your breath, trying to make the inhales and exhales fairly slow here. That can also help with the bringing the balance and tuning in. So it is a little bit like a bike, riding a bike. Trying to just feel what your body is doing and where it needs a bit more support. And then option to have the hands to the chest, or keep them on the hips. Really feel like you're lengthening the torso. And an option to bring the hands above your head into prayer, or you could have them wide. If you've got the arms raised, just almost feel like you're gliding the shoulder blades down your back. And again, keep tuning in with your breath. And slowly release. Or take to the other side. So if you're using support, you either now need to turn around so the wall is on the right side. If you're using a chair, move it to the right. Start grounding down through your right foot. Feel four corners in your foot. Firming up the right leg, but with a slight micro bend in the knee. Bringing the left toes to begin with to the ground and the left heel just above the right ankle. And again, finding a fixed point to focus on ahead of you or on the floor. As you then, if you want to, start raising the left foot to the calf or the top of the thigh. And you can either using that wall, counter or chair. And either keep the hands on the hips as you try to work that left knee out to the side, lengthening the torso, so as if somebody's almost pulling the top of your head up towards the ceiling. And then hands can come to chest in prayer, above your head in prayer, or wide. Start tuning into your breath. See if that helps with the balance. If you've got your foot at the top of the thigh, those of you that are there, if it's slipping, you're pushing your inner thigh into the foot and the foot into the inner thigh, not being too rough. And slowly release. Just take the breath into Tadasana. Those of you with blocks, just have them to hand. As we take our feet, you can either go with the shorter stance we just did a moment ago, so 2.5, 3 feet, or take your feet about 3.5, 4 feet wide. Coming into Warrior 2 and Trikonasana, so both feet stance are the same. So turn the right foot out 90 degrees, slight turning of your left foot, right heel's in line with the arch of the left foot. So reach those arms out, palms are facing the ground. We'll take Warrior 2 first. Keeping the torso over in the middle, so not leaning. And sorry, you are facing alongside of your mat. So trying to keep the hips facing alongside of the mat. Pushing into the outside of that back foot. Inhale as you exhale, begin bending your right front knee. You are, if you feel you've got the range, you're trying to get a 90-degree angle with that right leg. And just really check, really important that the right knee is above. When I say above, directly above it. And when I say sorry, behind, I mean closer towards your body. So if it's more, if it's head leaning towards the front of your foot, it needs to come back. Feel like you're reaching your arms from the armpits. So you're reaching your arms away from the armpits. And for some of you, just take a slight tuck of your tailbone, so you're not pushing the bottom out, to create a bit more length in your torso. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. And then inhale, straighten that front leg, release the arms down, turn to face the long side of your mat. Inhale, arms up, turn to face the palms forward. Inhale, feel length in the torso. Exhale, start bringing the right hand towards your right leg. Sorry, I should have said those were blocks. Place the block in front of your right foot. And then the right hand will fall on the thigh, the shin, or towards that right foot. Check that the left shoulder is not coming towards the ground. If it is, peel white, take it back. Left hand is reaching up towards the ceiling. If it's comfortable, bring your fingers together on both hands. And then final option is to look up towards that raised hand. So it's as if you're trying to bring your chin towards that left shoulder. Anybody with neck injuries there, I think you know by now, just to let the gaze fall naturally somewhere rather than looking up towards that left hand. If you're using a block, check you're not dumping into it. So it's there for prop. You might then be able to lower it to the next level, see. And then inhale, slowly rise back up. Lovely. One last pose here. So we'll reach the arms up just to get a stretch through the torso. And then as you exhale, begin bending your right knee again. Similar stance to warrior two. So again, check the knee doesn't go past the ankle. And then bring the right forearm coming into extended side angle pose, Utthita Parsvakonasana. And then option again for those with a block to reach the right hand down to the block if it's on the inside of your right foot. Some of you might be able to reach the ground in front of your foot, right foot. And then option to reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Final option is to then bring that left arm over and past your ear, so it's reaching past towards the front of your mat, past the front of your mat. And again, those left fingers, if you can bring them together. Inhale, slowly come back up. Straighten the right leg, turn the toes into your feet parallel for a breath. Just take that to the other side. So turn your left toes out now, about 90 degrees. If it's feeling too much on anybody's hips, maybe try shortening the stance or widening the stance. And again, have the block to the inside of your left foot for those that have got it. Straightening, so we've got the left heel should be in line with your right, the arch of your right foot. Again, we'll start with warrior two. So hands on the hips to begin with. Inhale as you exhale, bend the left knee. If you can, you're trying to get that left leg at 90 degree angle. Check you're not leaning your torso forward. Bring it back to center. And really important that the knees above the ankle or coming back closer towards your body. So not going towards your front of your foot. If you feel you can go a little bit deeper with the bend the leg, widen the feet. Try and turn the torso to face the long side of the mat. Take a slight tuck of the tailbone. Create length in the torso and then reaching those arms out to the side. Bringing the fingers together if you can, so arms are at shoulder height. And then you're looking towards the front hand, the left hand. Again, though, if it feels too much on your neck, just let the gaze fall naturally somewhere. Tuning into your breath. Pushing into the outside of your back right foot. Not too much, but just so you can distribute the weight as evenly as possible through both feet. And then lower the arms, begin straightening that left leg. I'm just heel toeing my feet in a little bit to take a slightly shorter stance now for triangle, Utthita Trikonasana. So both legs are straight, just a micro bend in the knees. Reach the arms out to shoulder height, but the palms face forward. Inhale, create length in your torso. Exhale, left hand towards the left leg. Right arms reaching up towards the ceiling. Just tuck the bottom under slightly. Peel the right shoulder back. Left arm may come to the thigh, then just past the knee, the shin, or the left foot. Or if you're using the block, just gently place your hand on the block. And maybe with time, with your breath, see if you can lower the height of the block or move your hand further down your leg. Gaze is up towards the right hand if it's comfortable. Fingers together. Inhale, slowly come up. Just release the arms, take a breath, and reach the arms up to create length again. So you could interlace the hands or just take a stretch. And then begin bending the left knee and leg again as we come into extended side angle on this side. Left forearm comes to the top of your left thigh. And reaching the right arm towards the ceiling or over, past your ear towards the back of the mat. Some of you might be able to reach the ground in front of your left foot, or if you've got a block just in front of your left foot, but really tune into how deep your body wants to go. Some days it will want to go really deep, and then the next day, perhaps not so much. Check you're not dumping weight as well if you've got your forearm on your left leg. Inhale, slowly come back up. Heel toe the feet together. Come to the top of your mat. Take a breath into Darsana, take a shoulder roll. Inhale, just reach the arms up as we did at the beginning, palms are facing forward. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. So your feet can be hip distance all together, bend in the knees all straight. And then we'll step back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Check that your fingers are spread short and the hands are shoulder distance apart. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And this time exhale out through the mouth just to release everything from those standing poses. And then slowly lower to the knees, coming to seated. Bring the feet together, the soles of the feet together, and they can be either far away from the body or if you can work them closer towards the body, coming into Baddha Konasana. And those of you with two blocks, not if you've just got one, because it'll create unevenness, but if you've got two blocks and your knees are high, you can place the blocks under those. Everybody else, you're trying to sit up tall. Well, all of us are trying to sit up tall. And then you gently, with the exhales, trying to let the knees release. And you've got hold of your hands, your feet with your hands, I should have said. So inhale, feel like you're creating length in the spine. And as you exhale, see if you can just release those knees a little closer to the ground. And then we'll try to take the upward, the legs raised off the ground version of this, Upavista Konasana. So you can either take hold of the outside of your feet with your hands or with your peace fingers, so first and middle finger, hook around the big toes, but you're not yanking, so please don't yank your big toes. See which feels best there. And you can either stay here, so you're creating length by holding the big toes of the feet, or begin walking onto the heels and just separating the feet slightly, and then playing around. So option to raise one leg at a time off the ground. Just check that you're keeping the spine long and really engage the core and tune into your lower back. So if you have got a history of slip disc, you do need to tune in. It does feel good, but just be really mindful and trying to make these not jolting movements. So you're balancing on almost the sort of bony part of your bottom, and then you could start raising the legs up, really reaching the chest through. So you're trying to avoid rounding the back, gauging the core, and you could keep the knees bent, or if you feel you've got the range and your back feels okay and your hips feel okay and your hamstrings feel okay, lengthen it, straightening the legs. Otherwise, staying here with balance, just keep hovering the feet off the ground. It's a nice one to play with this. Get playful with. And release the legs down. Keep the left foot in towards the pelvis and extend your right leg out to an angle. Right toes are flexed. Bring your left foot towards the top of your right thigh. Those are the block. You can bring the block on the mid-height on the inside of your right leg. And then we'll all inhale, reaching the top of your right arm down the right leg or onto the block. And if you can, reaching towards the foot or bringing the top of the right arm onto the ground on the inside of your right leg. And then your left hand can stay on your left hip or reach it up towards the ceiling. And look towards the left hand, or option to be in as if you're trying to bring the left hand over your head towards your right foot, or some of you might be able to touch your right foot. Not me. Work with the breath and just go to whichever depth feels good. Also, your right hand can be further up, you're not forcing, so it could be if that stretch feels too much, the right hand closer towards the body. And just work with stretching into that left side. There's a nice stretch going on in the right leg. Work with the breath. So as you inhale, feel you can create length in all parts of the body, and as you exhale, see if you can take the right hand a little more down the right leg. Inhale, come back up, keep the legs as they are. Take the right hand to your left knee and just take the left hand just toward on the ground behind you. And then inhale, reach the spine long, exhale, twist and look towards your left shoulder behind you. Take a few breaths, inhale, length, exhale, twist. Inhale, length, exhale, twist. Come back to center, change sides, so extend the left leg out long to a diagonal with the left toes flexed, bringing the right foot to the top of the left thigh. Again, the block can come to the inside of your left calf. Everybody inhale, create length in the torso, and as you exhale, the top of the left arm is reaching down your left leg, or coming onto the floor on the inside of the left leg onto the block. So trying to get the left arm, if you can, to the inside of the floor, or reaching towards your left foot. Right hand can stay on the right hip, roll your right shoulder out. An option to reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, looking up towards the raised hand. And final option is if you want to start bringing the right hand over the top of your head towards your left foot. So this side feels a little different to me. I feel like I can go a little deeper. So you will notice probably in different postures, the different sides do feel different. Again, tune into your breath. Inhale, great length. Exhale, go a little deeper. And then on the next inhale, slowly rise up. Keep the legs as they are. Take the left hand to your right knee, and right hand just comes on the ground behind you. Inhale to create length. Exhale, twist from the torso, from your navel, to look towards your right shoulder behind you. And then slowly release, coming down onto your tummy. We'll just take one back bend. So have your hands just ahead of the shoulders slightly, forehead to the ground. Legs can be together or hip distance apart. Let's take them hip distance apart. And then inhale, coming into Bhujangasana Cobra. So start peeling the head, elbows hug into the body and pointing backwards. Hold, and then see if some of you might want to start straightening the arms and looking up towards the ceiling, but really feel like you're reaching out of the waist, but glide the shoulder blades down the back. Any pinching, lower straight away. Really tune into your lower back. This is a good back strengthening pose. And as you exhale, hook the elbows into the body, bringing the chest and the head slowly with as much control as possible back to the ground. We'll do one more of those. Inhale, peel up to whatever height works for you. And then if there's the option, it feels okay on your neck, you can look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower, hugging those elbows in, using the core as well to slowly lower you with as much control, and then come onto your backs. We'll just take one bridge here. So bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together, slight tuck of the chin. Arms are down by your side with the palms facing the ground, and inhale, peel your pelvis up. So feet and knees should be hip distance apart, parallel as well. So trying to keep them both pointing, both the feet and the knees pointing forward. Inhale, as you're coming, peeling the back up all the way until you're on the highest point of your back. Exhale, lower back down in reverse, lowering the upper back, the mid back, and then the lower back, and finally the pelvis. Keep the knees bent, take the right ankle over the left thigh. So we're coming into reclined pigeon. You can either stay here, have a slight tuck of your chin still, so you've got length in the spine, or option now to begin raising that left foot off the ground and reaching your hands behind your left thigh to interlace them. And then feel whether you want the legs to be relaxed or flex the feet and raise the left calf to be parallel with the ground. That will make it more active. And then begin pulling the left knee towards your body as you try and push the right knee away. Slowly lower, keep the legs as they are, but as you lower your left foot back to the ground, extend the arms out to the sides of that T shape so they're shoulder height on the floor. Inhale, and as you exhale, start taking the legs over to the left. So your right foot may come to the ground in that, still with the legs in pigeon variation. And then option to look towards your right hand. Inhale, bringing the legs and the head back to center. Keep the left knee bent where it is. Take the right foot off the left leg, bringing it to the ground, and we'll change sides. So just bring your arms back down by the side of the body. Take your left ankle over your right thigh. And either stay here or begin raising the right foot off the ground and interlacing your hands behind your right thigh. Again, either keep the legs and feet relaxed or moving the right calf to be parallel with the ground, flexing the toes on both feet. And then just again, firstly check you've got that slight tuck of the chin as if you're holding a small ball between the chin and the chest. Bringing the right knee towards you as you push your left knee away. And then slowly release the right foot down, keep the legs as they are, extend the arms out to half T shape. Inhale and then exhale the legs over to the right. So now your left foot should sort of stand on the ground and then looking towards your left hand. So we're now twisted pigeon, if you like, reclined twisted pigeon. And then inhale everything back to center. Release the left foot. So just have the knees bent. Take the feet as wide as the mat. Let the knees just collapse into one another. So you've got your knees bent, feet are on the ground, knees are touching. And then have your hands just flopping out to the side or on your tummy. Close down the eyes for a moment. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And an exaggerated exhale out through your mouth. Again, take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Take the legs long. Let them flop open, wider than hip distance, and the feet. Eyes are still closed. Just scanning the body. Anywhere that's still feeling tight, just send your breath there to try and melt away the tightness. Breathing's returning to its natural rhythm. And just a reminder that these are very short Shavasana that we take in 40 minutes. So you've got the option if you want to just turn me off now and stay here in a longer Shavasana just for your body to really soak up the benefits of the practice. Or if you do meditate, now is quite an ideal time to do so. Again, you can just switch me off. So otherwise, bring the legs and the arms together. Take a full body stretch, reaching the arms above the head. Wiggle in really stretch the hands, so you get the stretch in the palm, the toes. And then whichever way you like to come up to seated, gently bringing yourself up to seated, otherwise turn me off.